Hi, Emil. Okay, I wanted to talk about the misconception of when, because a lot of people at the moment are buying land, there's plenty of land there, and a lot of people at the moment are uh, worried that when they have this house, whatever this house is, and once it's built, it's got a section missing out of it. So really, somewhere along the way in the 80s, this actually happened. So, for instance, if you actually have a block, and this was a client of mine, and this was the shape of the block. So, I don't know if you can see that. And we placed the house that way, but the house worked out perfectly. Okay, so that's an odd shape. It doesn't matter. There's, it's not about that the block, the reason for the block being square and even shape is that it's even. But the thing is today, you can put the house, you can orient the house to whichever way. And the way we look at this is, if I take it out, it won't be as glossy. Yeah. So we look at this as wherever, if there's money there, that's how the door will be. If there's money there, that's where the door will be. If there's money there, that's where the door will be. So if this is the block, and we may have to orient the house that way, then we orient the house that way. And that is how we as consultants, that's what we look at. So for some people, when they're building, they are working so hard on getting an even block. Yes, the house on an even block may be easier to build, but if you have an even block and you can't build the house with the door there, or there, then what's the use of that house? Because what if on this block, what if on this block there's no money at the front at all? Your money is here somewhere. Are you going to put a front door there? I don't think so. It's not how we build. So again, we can orient the block, not the block, the house on the block, and that way, as vain as this sounds, we all want money at the front door. This is how we live, okay? So that's how that works. So no matter what the shape is, there's a big thing on L-shaped. And so with L-shaped, again, it's part of culture that this is taboo, not Feng Shui. So if you have an L-shaped home, block, you can build the home on one side, and then you do you put all your sectors in. Once you've taken a reading, you've got to take a reading, okay, not the bagua, that's used for the house of the dead, not the house of the living. So when you take that reading, then you have a look, okay, I can put the house here and have my front door right at the front, or I can orient it a little bit to the side, and then you fill up the rest with whatever, a shed, a garage, etc. So it does not matter. It's more important how your house, the energy in your house is oriented. And so, for instance, if we have money here, you don't go and put your toilet here. You make sure you either put the study or a kitchen or a TV theatre room. Okay, if you have luck here, you don't go and put your toilet there because it's just going to drain away. Okay, and when I'm talking about money and luck, it's what we do as consultants, and it cannot be done from a book. Okay, so for those of you that are asking me, what book can you get so you can do your home, etc., you can't. You go ahead and do it, and then you'll know how within 24 hours of you altering something, the energy does change, okay? And I'm not saying that because, I'm being cocky about this, but it is how it is. You've got to know how to do it and how to do it properly. The other is if there's a sector missing out of your home. So, for instance, here's a plan, and there's a sector missing there and a sector missing there. It doesn't actually matter. So when we square off the place, we can square it off to there or we square it off to there. We have to ask questions first and then we do. So the other thing is that if this area is missing, and in this, if this was back a while ago, but this is no longer in its time, so there's only that much of the house in this. which is brilliant, and then we remedy. In this particular area, this is money, it's unexpected money, so this area is missing. But if that is a garden area, it is still open space. It's not missing because money needs open space and activity, and luck needs bedrooms in that sense. So whatever you have missing, it doesn't matter what's missing. Hi, Zara. And it doesn't matter what is missing, but when it is missing, sometimes it's a godsend. It's a godsend. So, go with what you have, and in that way, then you decide. And so for me, a lot of people are a little bit scared to call me, because if you are not sleeping in luck, then I tell you, and I will do my best to move you. Okay, I will tell you straight, I don't flower anything. And that is what I normally do. And so it doesn't matter about the block, guys. It's about getting a house on there with the door at the front, or just on the sides at least, where you have a little alcove. Okay, Lil, we're thinking to renovate the bathroom. Okay, so Lil, I have done your home. What you need to look at is what is the energy there, what is the blue number and the green number, because that's how I color code all consults. So any of my consultants can look at a chart and see that exactly whatever it represents. You've got to look and see that, firstly, it is not in the north for this year, because that's where the difficulty and obstacles is. It is not in the west, and that's where ill health and trouble is. And it's not in the northwest, that's the Grand Duke. He does not like noise, remember that. So you doing your digging and renovating and hammering and whatever, yeah, it's losses and injury. Now you can put your dragon turtle facing the northwest, but I would just say wait till the year is over. You'd have saved up more money then and have a bigger bathroom. How's that? So that sort of stuff is what you can do. Again, though, with the bathroom, if you do decide, no, I'm going to go against all these three odds of north, west, and northwest, yeah, you will pay for it. Like, the bathroom won't be finished until the year ticks over. The people don't come, the tradesmen don't come. It's difficulty, obstacles, losses, injury, ill health, trouble. Why do you want to renovate in that? So if it is in any of those, then wait. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. But guys, whatever the size of the block is, whatever the shape of the block is, it does not matter. As long as, you have something there to support, as in, so if I was building this, sorry, I'm going to hide the number because, yeah. So if I was building this, these guys started building this once everybody else was built up behind them. Okay, so at the back they have this forest type, it's protected. For those of you that know Meridian Drive, you'll see the mountain. So it's actually built with the mountain behind it. It's already got the 2-story on one side and a 2-story on the other side. And where the other people have their front doors, it's not in money. So they waited, and waiting was a godsend, because when they started building, everything was already there, plumbing, electricity, everything. It was just like that. They didn't have to wait for all the diggings and everything for every other land house to happen, and then for them. So altogether, it looked after them. When you do buy a block and the house you plan on it is auspicious, as in your mountains are in luck, your toilets are in negative energies, your doors and active areas are in money, then this house will be built in half the time. And those of you out there know that this is true from your homes, when we've done the plan, when I've helped you with your plans, etc. So again, if it's not, then you will feel it. Even though you're living in another house, you will feel it. And how you will feel it, sorry, flashing. And how you will feel it is things will start to happen depending on what is the energy you're going to sleep in this new house. And, once you sign this is the house I'm building, that is the energy that actually comes to you all the time. So think about it. If you are building something, then, it's not going to hurt you. Why not build something that will support you for the next 40 to 60 years rather than build and you have to remedy every single room, which happens a lot. I have to put people where the wardrobe is. So, which is fine. They'll fill up that wardrobe with stuff they don't need and use the other side of it. So, but why do that? Okay. So think hard about it. Doesn't matter what your block looks like. It's how we orient the house on that block. Okay. And thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you tomorrow.